welcome along and welcome back to Attingham Park. Today is a very important day. The further we can get with the remaining harvest today, the better. Last time we managed to get field 3 and field 2A done. We are down to our last 4 fields. Unfortunately, those last 4 fields include both field 12B and field 14, which are 2 of our biggest fields we have on the farm, and they are both have to be done well, all 4 remaining fields have to be done in the next 2 days. The further we can get through these then today, the better. We're going to be starting off with the canola here in field 12B. So I'm just going to pull into it a little way, and then we're going to get a new play course set up. So we want a single 2-2 headlands. We will do headlands first. We want to get lands done. We want to do longest edge, I think. No, I didn't want to do longest edge. No, I do want to do longest edge, because we discovered that that should do us 90 degrees. If it doesn't, we'll reset this, and that should do it. So generate me a fieldwork course, and yeah, there we go. Wow, that's quite an interesting fieldwork course that's creating there. But that should do us. So let's bring this here, and first waypoint, we come back out and turn this on. Yeah, we can see exactly where we are. Let's send it off. And with any luck now, we should be able to keep this harvester going as well as possible. If we keep the harvester going, we have a good chance of getting things done today. As you can see, it's pretty grey and overcast today. We got actually... So it's grey and overcast on the horizon. We've still got some sunshine up in the sky. So I'm hoping the rain is going to hold off. We did have rain forecast for today on here. And I'm hoping it's going to hold off, because if it holds off, we'll be able to get a lot of harvest done. Forecast is actually not looking that bad. We've got an overcast day all day and no rain right up until the end of the day, so it may have some overnight rain. Next day in September, so our second day of this, we've got rain forecast again, so we'll see if that holds up or whether we get rain either of these 2 days. If we stay dry both days, we actually have a chance of getting this done. So next thing to do is to get our tractor and trailer down to the field and ready. The combine is 35% full. So I think it might get... It was up to the corner. Let's see where it is for 35%. I don't think it's going to make it the whole way around the field. I think it's going to end up needing to empty along the far side over here. So if we take this tractor and trailer and park them down the other side of the field here, we should be ready to empty maybe when they get up to about, I would think about 3/4 of the way through this side here. So we'll park our tractor and trailer here, and then it hopefully won't be too far away. And then I'm going to get the other massey out, because we still have a lot of straw that needs baling on the farm. So we might as well go round and get that done while our combine is working. See if we can get ahead of ourselves in as many ways as possible. So hook this up like so, and then head on out. Now we haven't done any baling on 12A. We were considering doing some on 12A. We have already done field 6, so we'll get this unfolded. And actually, being this close to where we're harvesting should be a real boon for this. I think that's going to make things a whole lot easier. Now I want to get my baler in the correct place, and we can start going around this headland, getting this field baled up, and getting another job out of the way. Combine has just passed 80%, so we're going to come in along the side here and get it emptied, keep the combine moving, and everything should be absolutely perfect. Yep, and we positioned ourselves right where we needed to. So we'll take this up to this corner here. That will probably get a nice amount emptied. Yeah, that's not going to be a full tank off there. We want to go up to about 50% on the trailer if we can. So we'll spin this around here. I think we've got enough space to get past the baler there. It's going to fiddle around a little bit, and then we'll pick it up as it cuts into the next side. And so pick it up as we go in along here. And that means that we should be able to get up to 50% full on our trailer. I think we could have just emptied along this side here rather than doing it on the starting at the far corner. We're at 49%. We'll stop there because yeah, we haven't even hit 50% at this point. Very nice. That means an entire round on here. I'm going to go and park this then at the far end of this, and we will empty out going along this back edge, ready for the combine to cut in and start working through its lands on a nice empty tank, and we can go and empty whatever we've got in the trailer once it finishes the headlands. Today is working out better than I expected it to. I really didn't expect that we were going to have a clear day. I thought we were going to be interrupted by the rain. I also didn't think that we were going to get the chance to do this and get some extra work done with the baler. Both of these are really, really positive things to be able to do. And I'm just keeping an eye on exactly what the money situation is. We got to be careful. We don't want to run out of money on these last 2 days, because if we do, that would be catastrophic. That would slow everything down, and we need to avoid that as best we can. The quicker this can knock out these headlands, the better, because we really, really want to have, well, we need to have field 12B done and a good chunk of field 14 really, or field 12B done and maybe like field 2B done as well, which, considering how long it took us to do 2A yesterday, shouldn't be too bad. Now, the one thing about that is that I'm not sure exactly whether we're going to get that far, and that will be a really big litmus test for how well, even rain-free, we're going to do today. As a result, it's possible that we may be cutting into the evening and see where we go from there. I'm trying to work out the timing from field 12B as to how long we might have on field 14. If we take 2/3 of the day in field 12, in field 12B, and 1/3 of the day in field 14, we might get far enough. So I'm looking to move fields probably around 1 to 2 p.m. this afternoon. If we manage that, I think we're in with a good chance. Our combine is coming up to the corner, so I'm just going to move forward a little bit. It's only 74% full at the moment, so it's nowhere near a full tank. And I don't think we're going to end up with a full trailer off here. We might get up to maybe 80% if we're lucky, which is Yeah, which is almost 2 full tanks off this field. So we'll see how it runs and see whether we have that level. I don't know what our yield looks like compared to last year. If it's anything like field 3 was on this silty clay, we're looking at a slightly lower yield on here this year than we had the previous year. So combine is there, coming up alongside. Now, someone did mention in the comments that it's a little bit less realistic to have such a large header on sort of a medium-sized combine. And I can understand that. It's a little bit of a necessity on here at the moment that we have something that we can get a large swath of crop out. I do find it interesting, though, that this combine has an auger that will accommodate such a large header. It's very, very interesting that that's the case. I'd have expected the auger to not quite reach so far if the header wasn't able to actually be accommodated by the combine. We are 90% full. That is a result. I did not expect us to get quite as full as that off there, but it's held up and we are doing well. So we'll go tip this into our silos, and then once we got the tractor and trailer back down to the field, we're continuing the baling. And because we are so close to the field, we are back actually down here before the combine has even got much in its tank. That is a result, because we're just going to be able to get a lot of bales created while the combine's refilling. So earlier I was talking about money and how it's going to be very, very important we keep a close eye on exactly where our money is. And part of that is actually saw this tractor had a breakdown. And we need to be careful because obviously this isn't running on course play, thankfully, and we're running it ourselves. So if it does conk out, we can easily get it restarted. But it is because the tractor has dipped below 50% on its maintenance. So once we get past everything, we should be able to get this tractor repaired. But I'm not going to go and do the repairs on it until we've got ourselves through the harvest. Until then, I'm going to have to just stick with the fact that it's going to conk out every so often. And we just want to keep an eye on that. If it does it a lot, then we will we'll get worried. However, I'm actually concerned that the combine is showing signs of needs to be repaired. I don't know if that's the header or the combine itself. Yeah, the combine itself has dipped below 50%. And so we now have that problem kicking around with that. What I want to do is set this to nearest waypoint and set it going again. So it's very possible that our combine might cause us issues like that while it's going around now. But like I was saying a moment ago, we can't repair it. We don't have the money. We've only got 12,500. We do need that to make sure we can get the whole way through the harvest. Possibly having to purchase some more fuel, because that's an issue we have at the moment, is that our fuel tank is all but empty. We need to conserve that money very, very carefully, or we could end up with a big problem. Well, the baling here on field 12A has gone really well. This is our last strip of straw, and we have completed the field. That was really quick, and I'm very, very happy with that. So having got this field all baled up, we'll leave the extra bales on here. So wow, only 8% of a bale in as well. But yeah, fold that up. I'll leave this unfolded otherwise, and we'll head over to field 13 that now needs baling as well. But that's really good. Our combine is up to 73%. It's on its final land of this cut-in. So yeah, we need to go and empty that out before it tries to go and cut into the next area and run out of space. In fact, let's switch tractors here and we'll pick this up on the final one over here because that's at 82%. So yeah, if we pick this up over here, we should be able to empty the combine out before it then goes and starts its next cut-in. And yeah, that's pretty much perfectly positioned to deal with that. That couldn't have gone much better. Here comes the combine into this last section, and we can pull alongside at the same speed. Now, because it's actually doing the main body of the field, it should stop at the end to let us empty. Yeah, there we go. Into the back of the trailer, admittedly, but yeah, we'll be able to completely empty the combine here. And in doing so, it's then going to be nice and empty, ready for the next section of this field. And with the combine heading down the field to do its next cut-in, we can come here into field 13, start up our baler, and get this field done as well. If we can bale both these fields today, that's huge, because it means that while we're harvesting tomorrow, we can start getting these bales collected up and ready to be sold. Once again, it looks like we're going to make a lot of bales before the combine gets full. It's only up to 50%, and we have done the whole of the headland on field 13 and got all of that, well, all of one headland on field 13 and got that all baled up. That is surprising. I didn't expect to get that far before I needed to empty the combine again. So I'm a little bit worried about the yield levels over on field 12B. I think we're going to have a good look at those in a minute, because if we're getting as much straw baled up at the moment as we are between the combine being emptied each time, we are not getting as much canola off that field as I think I would have hoped to. So let's take a quick look at the yield map on here. And yeah, you can see that is a definite dip over on that field. We're down to 85% over there. So what's gone wrong on field 12B with this crop? I'm going to pull my tractor up into the middle of here, and then we're going to, ahead of the combine, just go and have a quick look at this. I think we want to pick it up on this row here and empty along here anyway. It's the pH value. Look at that. The yield potential actually on silty clay is only 89%. But because we've not got a good pH value on here, that drops it to 83. So that is what's causing all of the problems with this canola. It's a combination of the land, the fact that canola does not like the silty clay, and the fact that we haven't got our pH value right either. We are a good 2 points below where it should be. With our combine up to 87% though, we want to get this emptied at this point. It's not a horrible amount, but yeah, I've said this a few times over the last few videos. You really want to consider with the soil types you've got exactly what you're looking to plant on your fields. You can see from this that silty clay and canola really are not a good combination, and probably if you can avoid planting that in silty clay soil, is exactly where you want to go. Canola in that is not happy. Wheat and barley seem to fare a lot better in this soil type. And I think that, yeah, sorghum doesn't seem so badly affected by it. We could definitely had a better yield off here last year with the sorghum than we are getting with the canola off here this year. I'm just going to top off my trailer along this side here. See if we can get a full trailer load. This is only our second, only our second trailer off here. And we only had a 90% full trailer the first time. However, a full trailer of 2 cuttings, although it wasn't 2 full cuttings, should be, it's not horrible. I think based on that, we're probably going to get 3 full trailers off this field. So that would be 70 odd thousand liters of canola off here. That's not bad at all. In fact, yeah, this is not quite a full trailer either. 22,848 liters off. Not quite 2 full cuttings. So yeah, we should get at least another trailer full off here. And I think in total, we're likely to have 3 full trailers off this field. Time is coming up to 2 o'clock, and we are therefore about 8 hours into our day here on the farm, with about 4 hours left to go. We are not quite as far through our work as I would hope. At this point, this is where I would very much like to have had finished field 12B finished. We are not there. It is partway through its 3rd and penultimate land on the field, and so it's got to complete that. We're then looking to have 1 more land after that to get done. It may take another hour. If that's the case, we might be able to get the headlands knocked out at the very least on field 14. We definitely need to have that done today. I would like to be in the main body of the field on field 14, because there's going to be a certain amount of fiddling about tomorrow, getting between field 14 to field 2B to field 1, and we still don't know how much rain is going to affect us. This really is a case of doing as much as we can while we can to try and avoid any issues with the rain. So yeah, we can get our 2 biggest fields mostly knocked out. I think we are in with a good chance, but it really depends on how much longer field 12B is gonna take to get finished. The combine is up to 84%, so we'll empty it on the next row. Interestingly, I don't think that's a full cut-in that's left. That might put pay to the idea that we're going to get 3 full trailers off here, to be honest. I don't think there's a full trailer's worth sitting on what remains on this field. The good news for that is that we should get this field finished by maybe around 3 p.m, which will keep things running rather smoothly, and will give us a good attack on field 14 today. But yeah, it looks like we're not going to get as much canola off this field as I had initially expected. So I'm going to leave the combine now to go until it finishes the field. I don't think there is a full tank left with the last area that needs to cut in. We will get a chance though to have a good crack at the rest of the straw here on field 13, and it's going really well. If there's one thing that absolutely is going well today, that is the baling up of this straw. I think we can have field 13 finished today, and that will be both of these fields that we had to get baled will actually be baled. Oh, I do have a little bit of headland straw here that I need to just clear up before I head back down the field. But yeah, this has gone well. We've created a lot of bales. We'll be able to get these picked up at our leisure. We did miss out on that bale stacker a few days ago. Obviously, I didn't go and buy it, and it would probably have been quite useful for this. But I don't think it would have been overly cost effective to have had it just for this year. Had it turned up last year, I think it might have been a better buy at the time. But for what we're doing, I think it's going to be easier just to get a tractor and a trailer out to these fields and get stacking with our zebra and go straight from here to getting them sold. The downside is we no longer really have the setup where I can do that while harvest is going on. We're going to have to use one of the Massies to pull the trailer because the 7610 is not up to the job. And as a result of the 7610 not carting, we've always got a tractor tied up doing that. If that means using this tractor, whereas I'd rather have this out doing some mulching. On the subject of mulching, though, that does bring up a good question. We are ending here in the next few episodes. We're going to go to episode 100, and this is episode 94, I believe. No, this is episode 93. Next one will be episode 94. So that means we've only got 6 episodes left. However, I think my plan is to probably continue farming as if we were going into another full year. So I'm looking to mulch and spread manure and spread slurry and get at least the winter wheat, if not some winter canola in as well. And basically run the farm as we normally would going into winter. I pretty much think that that's the way to go. I don't want to sort of stop farming and prematurely on here because we're not going to go through and see the harvest there. I still want the challenge of trying to get these fields planted and done. So yeah, I will be continuing to do that, and we will be doing some seeding alongside selling everything off. Or selling the crops as we normally would for a year. And then what we're going to do is towards the end we will do an evaluation and see exactly where we are and how much the farm is worth without actually selling everything off. And we'll see how successful we've been and how well we've done. However, our combine needs unloading, so let's head over there, because we need to get that combine moved from this field here over to field 14 and get it into the field and working, because it is 10 to 4 in the afternoon and we need that to at least knock out the headlands. Anything less than that and I think we're gonna have a real uphill battle next time. So we'll leave this tractor here. We'll take control of our harvester. And then we can head over to field 14 and get a new play course set up. So let's clear the existing one off, get our auger put away, and we'll head over to the top corner of field 14 over here. And yeah, you can see with us driving at the moment, just that sea of yellow where the yield is just not done well with the canola on that field. Right, I want to bring this in this corner here. We want to avoid this pile of lime. We'll put this down into here so that will make things easier for us. And then new course We're going to do it on field 14, same setup as last time. Generate me a fieldwork course, and yep, that looks pretty perfect to me. So we can head out of here. We'll just turn that on quickly. First waypoint, and away we go. And wow, this is already feeling better. And this is already a much, much better yield too. The sorghum levels on here are insane. We are already 2/3 full on the combine. Just off the first run for the headland. That is gonna fill really quickly, really often. So, wow, I am very, very pleased with this. What we're gonna do then is come around here, and I'm gonna empty out along this side here. That way we can keep the combine nice and empty. I mean, it's at 81% already. We're gonna end up with almost a full trailer just off this headland, which is insanely different to what we were getting with the canola, especially considering the canola and the sorghum go for similar prices. To be having such an increase in yield just from having the field in a much better condition, and from a much better soil type as well, is going to make just the biggest difference. We have got to put 2 trailers of this in with our pig feed, but considering that the soil only gets better from here on out, that is fantastic. There we go. That is an almost full or half full trailer. We'll let the combine continue on. We need to try and make some bales while we can, though. The fill level down the bottom end of the field or the yield level down the bottom end of the field for the sorghum has been much lower. It's only made it to 54% in about the same amount of time. So yeah, I'm not expecting it to be quite as good down that end of the field. I think that field is a mix of loam and silty clay. So when we get back over to the combine and back over that way, we'll have a look. But the combine, I think, is coming back up to the to where we originally cut into the field. Yeah, in fact, I can see it just through the trees over there. It's just getting back to its starting point. And so, yeah, not a full trailer off the headland like I'd hoped, but not far off. We're doing pretty well off there, but the yield is definitely lower on the bottom end of the field than the top. You can see now that the fill level is actually going up quite fast again. And I'm wondering, can I get to the end of this row before we hit 80%? The answer to that is most decidedly no. But I will finish the baling on here before we take our tractor and trailer and go and empty out the combine again. And this should give us our full trailer that we want. So this field is done. So combine is waiting with the full grain tank. That's the first time today that I've not managed to keep the combine moving. We'll bring this in alongside and start moving along slowly, because we want to keep the combine emptying until we have a full trailer or we run out of field here. I think that we should end up with a full trailer before we run out of field. That is actually closer than I expected to be to the end of this field. But we have a full trailer. Let's go get it tipped and leave the combine to it. Our last section of the headland, and the combine is up to 81% full. We're getting to lose a little bit of the light now at 6:15. But we are doing okay. I'm hoping we have done enough today. As long as tomorrow is not full of rain, we should be able to get all of this harvested. It's such a gamble going forwards whether we're going to have enough time in order to get all of the remaining sorghum harvested. And the thing is, the last 2 fields we have are both loam, so their yield is going to be good. If we can't get them up, it is going to be a massive problem on the farm. We're going to lose so much of this year's profits if that happens. Harvester, though, is just about empty. We're going to leave that to cut in. And I'm going to go and get my baler back to the farm. Combine is heading down this end of the field. We'll get 1 more tank off the combine tonight. It's saying that the combine needs to be refueled as well. So we are going to have to spend some money to get some fuel into our diesel tank in order to get that done and to get that refueled before we can get the harvest going next time. But I think with the light going, this is probably the best place to end it for today. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.